Hey, Party Chat fans, this is Editing Samson. I wanted to let you guys know that there are some audio problems throughout the video, but nonetheless, it is still a great episode with Cole. Hope you guys enjoy the video. Peace out.
Welcome back to the Party Chat podcast. We have officially reached episode 10. We have my co-host, Sam, and obviously we're missing somebody. So not off to a good start with the comeback. And we have our special guest Cole here today. And
talking to D-Kane and the pink suit, baby.
Yes, sir.
Oh, I mean, you've been wanting to be on the podcast for a while now.
Yeah, man. Searching that. I needed that 5 seconds of fame. Needed it for a while.
Gotcha, man. I mean, is that the whole reason?
I also wanted to talk. Just
talk about what, man? I mean,
just don't have that many friends. You know what I'm talking
about? Gotcha, man.
I'm here to talk about Jesus.
Yeah. Oh, yes, we'll get into that.
Spread the gospel, man. Here to spread the gospel.
Respect it, man. Sam, you got anything for him to start off?
Cole, would you like to introduce yourself to the people, like who you are, like what you do? Do you play any sports, any clubs, anything like that?
Yeah, this is my name's Cole Campbell. I'm in my junior year at Bellevue High School. I play soccer. I'm just picking up golf. Probably gonna play volleyball and track in the spring. I'm joining FCA, Fellowship of Christian Athletes. Jesus is the center of my life right now. Trying to keep it that way.
Yes.
Jesus needs to be the focus of my life. Created me as my Lord and Savior, and just try to do everything and live for Him. Everything that I do.
Did you play basketball at any point?
I did. Yeah. I got a little arrogant playing basketball. I'm gonna talk about this more later. So I'm preaching. My church lost their youth pastor, right? And so I'm preaching next Wednesday. I'd love people to come out. I'm gonna post a lot on Instagram about it. I'm probably gonna talk about it like 20 different times this week at school. But I'd love for people to come out and hear my testimony. But I was really straying from the Lord. I was saying like, oh, I'm all this, I'm all that. I remember Corey Johnson. He's like the best player of Bellevue history. I was practicing against him. I was like telling some people like I was better than him, and I'm not.
Right.
And I really got arrogant, and God gave me talent, and what God gives, God can take it away. And I started missing a lot of shots. Started, just getting in my head. Started hating playing basketball. I was like, what am I doing here? I was getting depressed, and came back to the Lord. Rome and Valencia. Brought me to this church, and it really changed my outlook on life. And I'm just glad to be living for Jesus again, because I was in a dark place, and now everything's looking up for Cole, I guess.
Yeah, that's good. Do you think like you're arrogant because of the environment around you, or is it just like you, like yourself? You made that kind of.
Well, for some reason, the devil always trapped me. I was always the skinny kid in school. People call me Butterfingers in elementary school because I couldn't catch a football, dude. You guys like Jacob Wells, all those kids at N.H. Jones, dude, Cooper Wilson, all those dudes call me. And I always wanted to fit in, and there were kids like smoking weed on the basketball team and doing all this stuff and partying, and I'm like, the way I was gonna fit in was I was just gonna talk crap. I was gonna tell everybody like, oh yeah, I'm better than you, dude. You can't, you're nothing to me, and I just tried to fit in, and sometimes God said don't conform to the ways of the world. Stand out and live for Jesus. Yes, trying to live for Jesus, not live for the world.
Respect it, man. So I heard you bring up a very I would say a popular name, Cooper Wilson.
Yeah.
You guys have a little history going on. I just want to know about it. Know a little more about it.
There's not that much around it. Just we both went to N.H. Jones. We were both an extended day there. I was always the kid that got picked on, and I don't know. It was just an interesting relationship, and I think we've kind of rebuilt that relationship. It's better now. You know, we're both on the golf team, I guess. Big golfer, driving the ball about 100 yards less than everybody else, but I mean, he's a big golfer still, and
It's a story, yeah.
and you know, he's actually driving me to the match tomorrow because
Wow.
well, my parents don't trust me driving 45 minutes, so. Don't know how much that speaks to friendship being built or just my not trustworthiness of my parents, but
I guess it's like team bonding, right?
team bonding, yeah. Cameron Florio is apparently going to be in that car ride too.
Oh boy.
Hopefully we beat Danelle, and I heard they're not like great, but I mean who knows, dude? I mean I shot a triple bogey on both holes today in the practice round, so not looking too far off, but I mean. I'm the worst player on the 5 guys that they're taking. So
I mean, at least you're trying. I mean, that's
yeah,
Of course,
of
of course.
Fun in life. That's what I'm trying
I
to
mean,
do.
you're really like versatile with the sports you play. I mean, you said soccer, basketball, and now you said golf.
Anything
Yeah.
else? Anything else?
Well, like my whole family, like I grew up playing sports. Like I remember when I was like 4 years old, I was watching Derrick Rose and stuff. Like 7 years old playing fantasy football. Like my family just had me in sports, and so like my grandpa was talking to me the other day. He was saying like he regrets not playing baseball in high school. He still plays softball at like 65 years old, and I was just like thinking about it. I'm like, I want to try everything out. I want to play all the sports that I can. I feel like God's given me athletic abilities, and I just want to do whatever I can. Like try and just see what different things are. I like soccer a lot. I'm not great with like dribbling and my touch, but I am pretty fast and I can run a lot. Just make the defense stay on their toes. And I might try out for football next year. I just want to do like everything. I want to see how everything works. How everything goes. Just give everything a shot.
I'm just curious. Like, out of all the sports you played, like, what is the toughest? Do you think? Just like the master at.
Well, from a standpoint, it's probably basketball, but that's kind of because I'm like a 5'9" skinny kid. Like height plays a lot into that. Like I'm never gonna be able to, like even if I was still playing basketball, I'd never be able to dunk. But soccer's also pretty hard. It just depends, like the higher up you go, every sport's like pretty difficult. I mean, in soccer, I feel like you can make up a lot for speed, but like I was trying to play at the Villages, which is like close to a professional team, dude, I'm the worst player there. They brought in some 12-year-olds from like the academy team. Like those kids were still punking me, and I'm like, "What's going on, dude?" Like they listed the team sheet and it was they didn't have like enough people, and like 2 12-year-olds made the roster, and I didn't, and I was like, "Dude, what the heck did I see?" Like
It's a wake up call.
this is a wake up call. Yeah, I'm gonna play for the school again, but I'm just gonna play golf during the fall, I guess. But whatever you play, like the higher, like baseball is probably just as hard as these sports. Like I couldn't just go out there and like hit a baseball. I can't go out there, get wide open shots in basketball, get open shots in soccer. I feel like every sport's the same difficulty, just as the higher up you go.
Now, for basketball, would you really say it's more talent based? Like why you're struggling so much, or you think it's just like you said you're 5'9". I mean, there's guys that are 6'5" playing basketball. I think that has a little factor in there.
Well, I feel like athleticism can do like a lot for you. When you were saying like struggling, do you mean like struggling today, or like why I was struggling? Like
Just like
last
like you said, it's like one of the hardest sports to play. I mean, I feel like
it's the hardest sports to play, just because 13 guys are on the team. There was like a lot of talented players last year that didn't get any playing time at Bellevue, and Bellevue wasn't even that good of a team. Just it's just you have to master so many things. You can't, and coaches will say this, but it's not true. You can't just walk up on the court and be the best shooter, but you can't play defense. They're not going to play you. You got to be able to handle the ball under pressure. You got to be able to guard your man. You got to master everything. So.
No,
I mean, like me right now, if I walked onto that varsity team, I wouldn't make it, and that's not saying like I'm good at basketball. Like I wouldn't make it, but like I'm pretty fast, and I can handle the ball a little bit. I can shoot a little bit, but I'm not gonna stay in front of my man. I'm not gonna be able to finish at the rim. It's just you have to master a lot of skills to be good at basketball and some other sports. But I mean, baseball, like you got to be able to field, you got to be able to hit, you got to be able to pitch. You know, like just a bunch of sports. They're all there. They all got like the same difficulty levels, in my opinion.
It's true. I know Brock knows a thing or two about getting schooled.
What are you talking about? I would love for you to elaborate.
I'm talking about the times I go over there and I absolutely school you in your driveway.
You know, you talk about basketball being difficult and all. My past experience, like playing against Sam and, you know, former let me think. The last podcast we did with Blake, them two, Sam and Blake versus me. I mean, it's just not even a challenge. Like, I feel like them two, they can't compare to me. But if I play someone that's just like about my skill level, but he's like 3 inches taller, like I don't stand a chance. So,
didn't I hear you say? I remember freshman year, that lunch table or whatever. I remember every day you were talking about like you beat Wyatt Brooks in a 1v1.
That's
true?
I did. I don't think he claims he doesn't remember this happening, but it definitely did.
Yeah, I could see him saying that. You know,
I definitely did. He claimed that I only beat him once, and he beat me like 30 times. But I remember we played. It was always back and forth. You know, like he was lying. 100%.
The thing is, I really like Wyatt. I like him as a person. The thing that sucks for him is like, I don't know what it is, man. Freshman year, sophomore year, I think he's even this year. Like he's always struggled with injuries, you know. And I really, just the way life has been for me, you know, I haven't had to struggle with any major injuries, which I'm very blessed for that. But like, I really hate that people like him. You know, he's a good athlete. He hasn't really had like a full basketball season, you know. He would have been varsity as a freshman, and I mean, still, I don't think he's had a full basketball season. He's always struggling with injuries, I think. But I don't know. Yeah.
It's sad, man. I mean, you got all these athletes, so much potential, and then boom, like just like Dad, honestly, just gone. Like
it just rail you, man.
For example, I had a buddy in high school. I mean, obviously we're still in high school. We were throwing live ABs during practice one day, and he's getting a little close to the camera with his elbow there. That's a scar. I can see it. But anyways, my buddy Sam threw himself a little cutter, and he wasn't the same after that. Came off the field in pain. Next thing you know, he's got a robot arm.
There's metal on my arm.
Sad. I mean,
it's one of the
Sam's not necessarily like the type of guy you think like, oh, he would have went pro, like if he didn't get hurt. Like Sam didn't have that potential. Still doesn't, I don't think.
But he still could have won D2.
Well, no, but he could have played varsity.
That's my potential.
Varsity.
He had the varsity bench potential.
Wait, so neither of you guys are playing baseball this year?
No, he is, but
he's not the same player you would have been. Like,
he's on the team. He's not. I wouldn't say playing, but
yeah, I don't know what that means.
He's more of a team manager, I think, personally. Like now.
What?
Am I wrong?
No, that position's already taken. Actually.
By who?
No, I'm sorry, it's not taken yet. There's a running for it. It's Kenny Plano and
as in your brother. Gotcha.
Yes, my brother.
Gotcha.
By the way, just a little teaser. Kenny Plano might be on here someday soon, but
it depends if our one of our podcast members approves.
It'd be nice if this person would come, but that's fine. This is kind of like his how could you say it? Like his demeanor. He's always late, or he doesn't just show up. So
we really are sorry for Clayton not being on the podcast today. Obviously, that was our intentions of having him on. I mean, we've been out of it for 2-3 months. I mean, it's not a good luck coming back and you have your third co-host just not show up. Kind of just immature, if you ask me.
I also do want to apologize to you, Paul. This is not like a full experience, but
dude, this is
nonetheless, we're glad to have you on here. That's the key thing.
I mean, I don't even know. Like, I'm not trying to like be disrespectful. I don't really know that guy, so like,
no,
I feel like
that's probably a good thing. Let's keep it that way.
I'm still getting like the same experience. I would have met someone new. Maybe you didn't know like Jesus in like the first like 15 minutes or 10 minutes were about like just the Lord. So, but he'll probably watch this. Who knows? But
Of course. You know, that's my favorite thing about this podcast. Like, our second podcast we ever made, you know, with Tristan, I never knew Tristan. Like, never really talked to him before. Got to know a lot about him. Just fun learning about people.
Did you learn good or bad things about it?
I learned some valuable information from Mr. Tristan.
Valuable.
Very valuable.
I'd say that's one of our best ones so far. I don't want to say.
I like all of ours. I think all of ours are my favorite.
so I haven't really watched any of your podcasts in full. No disrespect, sorry.
Very good.
But so I was on the driving range, right? Golf practice. And Cooper Wilson walks up to me and says, "You're on the Party Chat pod." I was like, "Yeah." And he was like, I'm the reason they call it podcast racist." And I was like,
I'm sorry. I haven't heard
He's-
about that.
he's making
Can we
You know,
fact check
there's
this,
a lot of
please?
false
I don't
accusations.
recall.
There are a lot of false accusations about this podcast out there, and I
No,
think
they're not true. I'm sorry.
I just think they need to
I have
be
to
put
adjust.
away. Dude. I don't think this podcast is going that way. I think this.
I mean, does it look like it? Is there anything that's like pointing at that?
No, not really, man. I mean,
All right.
you guys,
we
you
try
guys,
to be as respectful as we can. You know.
you guys
I
have been
think-
great hosts.
Thank you.
I feel like just society. They're anything that they don't like, they call things just random names.
Yep. I feel you, man.
Absolutely.
I mean,
I shouldn't have brought it up. I'm sorry.
no,
Yeah,
it's
you're
all right,
good.
man.
You're
We talk about
clearing the room.
everything. We talk about everything.
yeah.
The good and the bad. You know.
Brock, I can't just not think about it. You look so much like Andrew Tate, and it's just really killing me.
You like
Like,
it?
Dude. Dude, I know this
I-
is like an app, but can we get like the bald feature on Brock?
I don't think that's a
Dude, that'd be
thing.
so-
You know what?
that would be.
I appreciate you saying that, Cole. Just bringing up the bald filter. It just made me think. Like, we need editors, like real editors, and you know, you would be working for free as of right now, but you know,
I could add like, you see those edits I make that I put on Snapchat like every day. I post that. I know like, so I remember I was trying to make money, right? Because I don't want to work a job. I'm just, I don't want to do that. But my friend, he posted something like about like the NBA play-in game, and I was like, dude, this is so clearly an ad. And he was like, yeah, it's an ad. Do you want to get in on like the ad game on Snapchat? And so I was like, yeah, sure. So I added like 2,000 people and like got my story views up. And just because I post like the Kevin Porter Jr. same edit every single day, like I literally have like 100 people have me added on Snap or something. Like just everyone unadds me because I post like the same Rockets videos every day, dude. But I
Did you get
mean,
any good money from that, or
no, I didn't. He stopped talking to me after that. And I
so
was
we
like,
pretty much scammed you.
you pretty much scammed me, yeah. And I added all these people. I have no idea who they are. So if I've been hacked, I have no idea, But
so what do you do for money right now? Like, how do you get like?
Dude.
You just do like crazy dinners at school.
I was thinking about working a job, but like I don't really have time to do that. I might work a summer job next year, but I remember my youth pastor was telling me to stop gambling, so I said I was going to stop gambling after March Madness. But I ended up betting on UConn every game, made $600. So that's like just been living off that for a little while. Yeah, and then living off that grandparent money, just not spending too much of it. That's my main income.
Do you still gamble? Like at all? No.
No. not really.
Occasionally, no.
It's like,
Did you find it more fun like while watching that game? Like you had money on
I mean,
the line?
the thing is, like, I'm never gonna watch like the Pistons versus Cavs regular season game, dude. But if I got like $20 on it, I'll watch like,
Right.
Yeah.
But it got to the
Yeah.
point. It got to a bad point where I was watching the Rockets and I bet like the over every single night because like they're a young team. They give up a lot of points. And, like I was just putting everything I had on the Rockets over, and like I didn't even care about like this whether we won. I was just like, let's go to overtime. Let's go to overtime. Like I was just like, and then I would like get so furious, and I was like, dude, this is not a good look. Like I need to stop doing this. It's a bad path. And I was like, all right, I'll stop doing it after March Madness. bet on UConn every game, dude. Double the money every game. I mean, I might download the gambling app to do UConn again next year. I mean, because they're going back to back. I mean, that's final.
Okay. You're
They got their whole team back, other than 3 guys, and they replaced the 3 guys. I mean,
I don't think they're going back to back. Anything can happen in March Madness.
Yeah. We got Cooper Flag coming in 2 years, maybe. He'll choose Duke or UConn. He's probably going to choose Duke because they got that money, and we just got, titles. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
Would you rather get $2 million in college or a championship? I mean, who knows?
Who exactly is we? You said we.
Hey, I live and breathe for my teams. My teams that change every single year. Like,
Cole's a Chiefs fan, a UConn fan, a Bama football fan.
No, Tennessee. But
LSU baseball fan.
People clown me for it, but I actually have good reasons for it. Like the Chiefs, and nobody believes me, dude. But Chiefs, I like Jamal Charles and Eric Berry back in the day. I remember I broke down in tears when we lost in the wild card game to the Titans, and the Mariota threw the pass to himself or whatever. Dude, that was so horrible.
Yeah.
And then
oh god. I'm sorry to interrupt. Hold on. I'm sorry to interrupt you. I know, disrespectful. But it just reminded me of something when you said that you cried. So, it was the Cowboys had just gotten Dak and Zeke, and I like both of them, right? And they were playing in the divisional round against the Packers. And the Packers kicked a game-winning field goal. And I went in the bathroom, and I started, hysterically crying. I was dry heaving in the sink. I was so depressed that they lost. I wasn't even a Cowboys fan.
You were what, 8 years old probably, right?
I mean, something like that.
Maybe.
It was sad.
Can't blame me for that. I mean,
I just like those guys. I don't like them anymore. Zeke's weird and Dak sucks. So
Zeke's a lineman now.
People try to tell me in fantasy football Dak's still a top 10 quarterback. Dude, he's led the league in picks last year, and he missed 5 games. I mean, that's horrible, man.
It's pretty bad. It's sad. I hate all these guys getting all this hype, and then it just gets to them. Honestly, you can tell it gets to them. They have all this talent, like Johnny Manziel. I mean, that guy's career was pretty much over before it started.
He doesn't play anyway. Did you watch the documentary?
I don't think either of us have, but
I watched 30 minutes of it, I think.
Just sad, man. All the fame get into them.
What do you do, drugs or something, or?
So it was I'm trying to think. So back in the day, in 2012 or whatever, college athletes couldn't make any money, and so he was dude, I'm making millions of dollars for A&M. So he would have celebrities pay him to get his autograph and stuff. So he was making millions, but people are how does this college kid have millions? Texas A&M has to be paying him. So he was making money illegally, and so they made up a story of he came from a rich family and stuff, and then he got into drugs. And I don't know if you've seen the meme on Twitter and Instagram, but on the Browns, his film time watched, it literally said 0 hours. He didn't watch a second of film. He didn't care, because I feel like 5 stars, in all the sports, they don't turn out as good as 4 stars or 3 stars, because they have everything when they're in high school and stuff, and so they have nothing to work towards to. Manziel didn't care when he got cut. He was depressed, I think, but even if he threw for 30 touchdowns, he wasn't really going to care. I don't feel because he was already at the top. You're just waiting to be kicked off, and unless you live for Jesus or something, I feel then once you're at the top, you don't really have any purpose after that. I mean, I don't know.
I think being a 5-star is more of a curse than a blessing, honestly. There's so many guys that are just 1 star, 2 star, 3 star, 4 stars that turn out so much better than most 5 stars, just because, like I said before, just the pressure just gets to them. It's honestly, it's awful. It's
Where'd Sam go?
I'm not completely sure, but I was ignoring it. But anyways, Cooper Flag. I mean, that guy's career is already over. I'm just kidding, but like, it really is. It's just like they're kids. Rankings for these kids,
And like those 12-year-olds, dude. Like that's.
Well, you have all these kids who are like, oh, class of 2028 committed. Be like these kids are still in middle school.
Like that baby Gronk dude. He's just like a 4th grader, man.
Yeah, but I saw something that like his dad runs his account. Like it's just his dad that does all that. Like there's no way he says that stuff, and then he makes his kid say all this stuff. It's a bad look.
It's his dad like just trying to project stuff on him.
Mm-hmm. Welcome back.
Well, Baby Gronk posted something about Lil Tay. I remember that he had to like take it down. Like
I heard Lil Tay died, but she didn't die.
So do you guys know? Do you guys know the story or whatever?
I mean, I saw that they posted that she died, and then someone said they like got their account hacked or something.
No, it was her parents, right? Her parents, like, from what I heard, like her parents hated the kids and stuff, and so they like told everyone they were dead, and then they were like assaulting the kids and stuff or something. I don't know.
What? That's
what I've seen, but like
that's terrible. How did you?
Like,
where did you see that?
I don't know, like the night. Like I don't know who Lil Tay is. Like I don't really like listen to like mainstream rappers anymore. Like
I don't think she was ever a rapper. To be fair,
I mean, people are saying like she was viral. The thing I hate is like when people lie. Like everyone's like, "Oh, Lil Tay was the best." Like, dude, like no disrespect intended. Like nobody knew. Like probably no one knew who she was, right? Like
I mean, people knew who she was, but like nobody liked her. You know,
it wasn't like she was like the biggest artist in the game or anything.
Right? Was she even like a rapper? I thought she just like trash talked people.
I see Lil Tay, and I'm assuming like she was a rapper, but I have no idea, dude. I don't.
I was just assuming the Lil was for she's like 7 years old.
Yeah,
but I mean, Sam, welcome back. I don't know.
I don't know. Not gonna lie, I don't think this is good, like at all.
No, it's fine, man. You know, it's always a work in progress.
I don't know if like the whole like 17 minutes. Is this still recording on your part?
It is. Yeah.
Okay. What? Like, how long does it say?
27, 22.
Okay. That should be good then.
All right.
Hopefully.
It's just still a work in progress.
Are we just gonna edit the 2 minutes out or something? Or
to be honest, I don't know how to edit, so
send me.
Once again, I just want to apologize to everybody. Not only are we making our comeback, we're trying out a new app, and it's clear. I think it works better, but we're still getting used to it. So we're also just trying to get our.
It'd be better if we had 4 minds on it. Let's put it that way.
That is very true. You know, I know, Sam, that you said earlier is technical difficulties, but I don't think we should lie to our fans. So I just want to come out and say Clayton did not want to be a part of the podcast today, like at all. Like
that's one way to put it.
So it's currently 10:42 Eastern. You know, obviously,
because like people when you're watching this, you know, had to clarify the Eastern.
Mm-hmm. And we were supposed to get this started at 9:10. Obviously, had technical difficulties. Sam wasn't lying about that, but we all figured it out. Clayton, we just start spam calling him, all that good stuff, whatever.
I started spam.
Yeah, whatever. No response. He texts us back. He texts us like 10 minutes later, and he's like, "I'm in the shower. We'll do this tomorrow." We don't have tomorrow. Like, we promised you guys we were coming back. We're coming back. Like, you know, we can't wait for people that don't want to be a part of this. And obviously, he should be in future podcasts, depending on if we vote to kick him out or not.
That's just a 2-man vote? What happens if it's like 1-1? You know,
I have a feeling it won't be.
It wouldn't be 1-1.
We'll
leave that vote up to. If anything, we'll leave that vote up to the fans. We'll put it on like our story or something.
Put it on the story.
We have voted to kick out a member before, and
but I think it was like jokingly.
Wait, I have a quick.
It wasn't.
So like you guys made that Instagram story, and it was like, should we come back? And it was like a poll. So what do you guys do if the poll is like 80% no? Like, what do you guys do then?
We delete the account.
We delete the account. Yeah. And we say,
Well, it's a good thing if the poll wasn't that way, right?
You know, honestly, Cole,
we
if
don't
it was
expect
like
people
that,
to realize that.
I think, Cole, personally, if it was like that, I don't care what other people think.
That's why I like.
I enjoy doing this. I'll keep doing this. I don't care how. It could be for 4 people. It could be for 4,000 people. It doesn't matter. It's not going to change.
He's that dedicated, yeah.
I am dedicated. I'm here today, man.
Unlike other people.
You know, Sam, I'm a little hurt to hear you say that you would delete the account, but
Okay, well, that's probably an overstatement, but I
Yeah,
definitely
probably.
ripped down the bender.
I mean, like I shouldn't have probably asked it, but like, I mean, like, no one would just vote like, should we come back? And no one would be like, no, like just no one's voting no.
I think getting a no would be a bit of a shock.
like
a little
people
heart-
scroll
a
past,
little
like, they
heartbreaking.
want to see.
Yeah. Well, you know, I think it's more hurtful if it's like 100 views on the story and about 4 votes. Like, that's basically a no. That's already a no.
Yeah, that's how my edit account used to work, dude. I would like post on like every single account I had. I would like repost it, and it would have like 300 story views, and I'd get like 3 likes off the story. And I was like, dude, guys, show me some love. Show the Rockets edit some love, man.
Well, I think that was your first problem. The
Yeah,
Rockets.
dude, you
Just
got
a
Fred
weird
Van,
fan base.
you got Van Vliet, you got Jalen Green. I mean, I could list all 10 players in the rotation, dude. Even Jeff
Nope.
Green. It's team's looking outstanding. Can't wait for the season. I think we're going to be I think the play-in is a very realistic goal for us this year. If we're back in that 14 spot, if we have to get another draft pick this year, that'd be a L for the year. But you know, we got the rebuild went perfect. You know, teams like the Bulls have been rebuilding for 30 years. You know, and I feel like we finished our rebuild in 3 years. You know, we got first year after we traded Harden, we got Jalen Green and Sengun in the draft. And then we went out, got Jabari Smith, Tari Eason. And this year we got Amen Thompson and Cam Whitmore at pick 4 and pick 20, which is great. And we also picked up Dylan Brooks, you know, social media sensation, and Fred Van Vliet, proven winner. So I'm just very excited with the rebuild and how it went, and I feel like the team's going to do great.
Editing Sampson here again. I want to let you guys know that from this point on, my face cam and microphone decided not to work anymore. So we all have to fill in the blanks of what I say. I'm sorry, but I hope you guys are enjoying so far. Peace out.
No, Cole, just thinking about like that whole team, I thought of 3 players more exciting than that whole team combined. Bradley Beal, Devin Booker, and Kevin Durant. The Phoenix Suns.
Dude,
that
Jabari Smith's getting those runs with Kevin Durant in the offseason, dude. Jabari Smith's going to be better than Kevin Durant soon.
I just don't think that'll ever happen.
Well, what if Kevin Durant's like 45 and Jabari Smith's like 30? You know, I feel like Jabari would be better than him at that point. I mean, who knows?
I mean, that's a little different, you know.
You never know, man.
Cole, I heard you talking about, you know, the Lord earlier in the podcast at the start. I mean, anything else you want to say about that?
You know, just to go back, like, I'm going to be preaching next Wednesday. I'm really excited to do it. You know, I feel like, you know, a lot of people in the world right now don't believe that God's real, and they've never really seen the light of the Lord. And like, you just hear guys like me talking about it, and like, you're like, oh, how do you believe in some dude in the sky? But and it's like, the whole thing is faith. But like, I've seen God work in mysterious ways sometimes, man. It's just like, I went to this youth camp in the summer, and it was called, it was actually called Youth Camp. Great original name. And it was like 2,000 kids from Florida there, man. And we went up to the altar like some nights, dude, and just, you see the Holy Spirit working through people, and it's like, people just fall into the ground, and I'm like, you just don't even know what's going on. Like, people just fall into the ground filled with the Holy Spirit.